Today we are here for the ribbon cutting of the New York Central Railroad historic marker. The New York Central Railroad Depot was built on this site January 18, 1903. It provided rail service in the city of Oneida. It was integral to changing Oneida from a village into a city. Passenger service ceased October 27, 1962, and the station was demolished in 1973. The New York Central was the first railroad from Utica to Syracuse to travel through the city. In 1839, John Higginbotham, Oneida's founding father, gave the rail company the right-of-way to cross his land provided it would make a stop. And because of sand, the transportation of goods and people by rail increased, thus leading to the development of Oneida from a village into a city in 1901. And like Higginbotham, who had the vision to see the potential of the New York Central through Oneida, the supporters of this project saw the cultural worthiness of this historic marker. Helen Helt is the one person who was instrumental in getting everyone involved in this project. Helen told me that in 2005 she met with various parties to discuss a project that would commemorate the New York Central Railroad. Included in her meetings was a meeting with former Mayor Leo Matsky. It was after their meeting that I was approached. From there, a group of history-minded individuals comprised of Helen Helt, Leo Matsky, Helga Clausen, Jack Wallace, Irwin Smith, Dave Elred, and myself met to continue the discussion and to make plans to create a permanent historic marker. In 2007, funding was pursued. Grants were received from Senator Valesky's office and the Gorman Foundation. Contributions were also received by the following Oneida residents: Thomas Rich, Helga Clausen, Leo Matsky, Jack Wallace, Margaret Maglioka, Helen Helt, Dr. Edward DeCastro, and Ada Fearon. The New York Central marker consists of 3 bronze plaques. 2 depict the New York Central Railroad station. Edward McGraw, the artist, donated the drawing for the station to the project, and they are portrayed on the plaques behind me. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the Oneida Housing Authority and Executive Director Bob Walters for permission to place this historic marker on the grounds here for the public to enjoy. The committee hired Heffron General Contracting. His suppliers donated materials to make this project a reality. Campani Roofing, Erie Materials, Times Trevelyan of Canastota, Snyder's Engineering, Saunders Concrete Company, Times Trevelyan of Oneida, Grand Central Company of Oneida, Callahan's of Canastota, Rasmussen Rental, Little Falls Lumber of Syracuse, and LaPlante Painting. Oneida Rotary reached out to this project to provide the landscape around the structure. The city of Oneida supplied the authentic New York rails that are holding the bronze plaques done by Malone's and welded by M&M Welding of Oneida. Paul Newsom of Oneida donated the slate roofing on the structure. And Don Parnu of Sign and Art, etc. painted the New York Central sign that hangs above. On behalf of the New York Central Railroad Committee, the residents of Oneida who remember being fascinated by the train passing through Oneida, and the people who have vivid memories boarding the train or jumping off the train in time, as Helen can attest to, we thank you all for supporting this project, and that stands forever as a reminder of Oneida's proud history. Thank you. At this time, I would like Senator Valesky to come make a few remarks.
To be here and helps to see this project to completion. You know, when we think about New York Central Railroad and what it meant to this area, the railroad for upstate New York in many ways was the second great economic development project. Certainly the building of the Erie Canal many years before that, many historians mark that as the first significant economic development initiative, but the railroad followed a few decades after. And what that did in terms of industry and commerce, all through this upstate New York corridor, is something that is very, very important to the development not only of this city, but the region itself. And the fact that so many residents of Oneida were able to come together and in so many ways, as you have already indicated, is a testament, I think, to the history and the spirit of this city. And by this marker here, located here, that will serve as a reminder, not to what Oneida used to be, but rather a reminder of the proud heritage and history that we all share, and I think can serve as an inspiration as to how this city and this region continues to redevelop itself, particularly in difficult economic times like this. So I'm pleased to be able to be a part of this project, and congratulations to you, Sydney, to Helen, Mayor Matsky, and to everyone involved in this project. Thanks very much.
I'd like to call it.
Good for you.
We'll lift you up.
We'll lift you up, Helen.
Ready?
Come on, Bob, pull it, baby. Come on. I want you all to notice that my piece is longer, so my wish comes true. Okay, sorry, Bob. Okay.
All right.